Hey there, all my crafty people. How's it going? This is Jennifer with JENN-Menship Jewels. We are going to do a little short project this afternoon, and then hopefully tonight I'll come on and we'll make a bead box or two and see something else pretty. But let's bring you down and let's see what we're getting into today. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Let's see if you can see what I have. Yes, I believe you can. This is from the Dollar Tree, or as my family and I refer to it now, the Dollar Quarter Tree Plus. This is a diamond painting bookmark. It was, I believe, $1.50. I think the craft items have gone up to $1.50. And I normally do not use the pins and things that come with the kits, but because I want to show you that we can have everything we need included in this kit to make a complete project for $1.50, we are going to use the kit. So here's our bookmark. Okay, nothing extremely fancy. It simply slips over the pages of a book like ça. Okay, and we are going to use our included items and make this thing pretty. So let me grab my scissors here. We have 6 different colors, and to make things nice and simple, I think we're going to start off with number 1. Okay, and let's see here. We have what's known as the lovely boat. I despise these things, but for $1.50 to make something cute and pretty, I'm loving it. Because this would be a phenomenal little gift for somebody that loves to read, and maybe they're great about losing their bookmarks, and so you don't want to spend a lot of money and put a lot of cost into an item for them, knowing that they're just going to most likely lose it. So if you do it this way, then we're good. So what we did was we took number 1 out of our package here, number 1, and we emptied that into our little tray here. Okay, and we're going to give it a little shake and line things up. Okay, for those of you who've never diamond painted before. And then we take our beautiful thin annoying pen, and we're going to poke it a time or two and get some wax on it with the included red wax square. And then we're going to simply press our diamond, and we're going to, oops, so sorry, I forgot the most important part for this particular is we have to peel back the cover on this. It's a little thin, transparent piece of plastic. And of course my fingers, I have no fingernails, people, it seems like. Because when they grow out, they break, they split, they chip, they peel, you name it. And being that I've always got my hands in crafting, or I'm dealing with kiddos or the animals or household chores, you name it, they're just hideous. I apologize, but it is what it is. And as soon as I get this started, we can get started. There we go. Whew. Well, that's a good sign at least, because that means it's extra sticky, and we like sticky. When it comes to diamond painting, we like sticky, because that makes it so much easier for our diamonds to stick and adhere in place. Now, of course, this rips on me, which we did not want it to do, but it did, and it's life. And you know what? We just deal with it. That means we just have to go at it another spot and pick it up where it tore and be done with it. So tell me, what's everybody doing today? RU beading, which is what I spend most of my time doing. I've made several bracelets in the last few days. I've made some eyeglass chains, you name it. I spend most of my time craft-wise beading. But I love all kinds of crafts, so. And I absolutely do love diamond painting. This is a project I've never attempted, though, these little bookmarks. And so far, the biggest issue is getting the doggone plastic off. That's never happened on an actual diamond painting, but like I say, I've never used these little bookmarks. But I figured for $1.50, I had to try it. So now let's make sure you guys are all in frame, and you are pretty good. Okay, and we are looking for number 1. And that is this pink color here. And you simply take your diamond, you use your pen with the wax that was included in the kit. You touch the drill, is what we call the diamonds, with the pen with the wax, and it picks it up. And then you place it on your bookmark where the number 1 belongs. And this has 6 colors. It is quite tacky, which is good. I don't know that you could actually seal this like what you might seal a canvas diamond painting. Who knows? I do most of my diamond paintings and I give them as gifts. I enjoy doing them. I think they're very pretty. I think they're lots of fun. A project this size does not take long to commit to. And when you are someone like me who loves to craft, but between running an in-home daycare, having a very busy, full life with my own grandchildren and my daughters and their husbands, and yeah, you know, life is very busy. I'm having surgery coming up July 9th. My birthday is this Friday. I am excited because it's my grandson's birthday as well, my oldest grandchild. He will be 13. I cannot believe I have a grandchild that will officially be a teenager. This is just like beyond me. But anyway, it is what it is. Life goes on. I told him and I told my kids once he was born that he was going to get older every year and Mama was going to get younger every year. That is how that was going to work. That I did not want to get old. Well, I mean, being old beats the alternative. Don't get me wrong. But I want to be the Mama that feels good and enjoys life and has a joy and a zest for living, and it shows, and I want others to experience that when they are around me. Life is short, life is beautiful, and I just think that God is good. And he has blessed me. He has given me the gift of 2 beautiful daughters, inside and out, who have given me sons and loves and beautiful grandchildren to adore. I have way more than I could ever deserve. I am just incredibly blessed and incredibly thankful. I know I'm blessed. So now that is all the number 1. So because I know I'm not going to save these particular diamonds for anything, I'm just going to dump them into the bag that the tray came in. so they don't scatter everywhere. And not that it's absolutely necessary, but I like to keep wax on my pen really good. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more wax on, and then we're going to go ahead and look at number 2. Now number 2 is black, and it is the most, so we're going to skip it and go on to 3. 3 is the yellow or golden, and we are going to put everything in our tray. I have neighbors upstairs who are moving out today, so my puppy dog is having a conniption fit. So I apologize if you hear him going crazy. He's just not used to all this commotion. Not to mention the apartment complex where I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Today, of course, is also the day that they are mowing the grass. So with both of those things going on at once, my poor teddy bear is, he's beside himself with anxiety. So if you hear him panting and pacing, he's okay. He just does not like all the stuff going on around him. He's like, I want my normal, and he doesn't have it. But it's gonna be all right. So what are y'all getting into today besides some type of crafting? Where are you from, and what is your weather? We here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, have had tremendous amounts of rain lately. I mean, unnecessarily large amounts of rain. And today the feel-like temperature was 108 degrees outside. Thankfully, my AC was working great, and I do not work outside anymore. I am past that point in my life. I go to activities and things outside with my family occasionally, but to say I'm outside for any length of time in this heat, that's not the way it works anymore. Used to, I would rather be outdoors than anything, but I just cannot take the heat and the Louisiana humidity like I used to. But I am starting a new book. The book that I was going to read, Hannah's List by Debbie McComber. My daughter is named Hannah, and I tried to read it. But when it got into where Hannah is making a list because she is dying, this mama heart couldn't take it. I can't read the book. It's just, it may be a phenomenal book, and I love Debbie McComber. By all means, I would encourage anyone that feels like it, read it. I gave a brief synopsis intro to it the other day. But basically, Hannah is dying, and she leaves a list of 3 women that she would like her widower, I think is what you call the man, widower, to ponder and consider for courtship and remarriage and all this stuff after her demise. She doesn't want him to be alone. She loves him that much, which, you know, I guess every couple is different. Some couples I have heard, you know, I would never ever remarry. I had the best, I don't want the rest, da da da. And then others I've heard, you know, because I had such a great love, I would marry again because I can't imagine being alone. Others I've heard, you know, I'd marry again for companionship. If that were my case, I would probably say I'd marry for companionship, friendship, someone to be able to talk to and just enjoy life with. But I have a very rich and very full life with my children and my grandchildren and my family that personally I don't feel a need to date or even think about the possibility of remarriage at any point in time in my life. Things change, God changes your heart and whatever and what have you, but I just don't see it happening. But that's okay. That's a me thing, and everybody's different. We are almost through with these golden yellows, and it's turning out pretty. And like I say, it's really cute. It's a inexpensive gift. I love this, that you can go to the Dollar Quarter Tree Plus and grab something like this. And this would be a fantastic project, like for instance, for a youth group to do for nursing home residents or shut-ins from church. This would be wonderful for Girl Scouts to do as a little project. There's all kind of things that people could do. Now we're moving on to number 4. We will come back and get number 2, but not till the end, because it is the black, and that is mostly all around the border. But yeah, this would make a great little project, and for $1.50 a person, it would not be expensive to do. This would also be something fantastic to grab if maybe you have a daughter or, you know, even a son that likes to do some type of arts and crafts, and maybe they're having a sleepover and they want to have a activity for all of the guests, or like a preteen girl for goodie bags for her little friends from a birthday party or a slumber party or whatever. There's so many different ways you could use this, and they only had this one pattern, this one particular option, but I could totally see buying several of these and doing them and then donating them, like I said, to a nursing home or to there's a program here in Baton Rouge called PACE, and it's for elderly individuals. That would be a great thing. A lot of the people there love to read, and you know, that'd be great. Give them a book. You could give them like a Christmas book from the Dollar Tree. Those are like $1.50 now, I think, for the hardback books, which is a steal. And you could wrap it up like a gift, and you could put a bookmark. And so for like $2.50, $2.75, so say $3 after tax, you're looking at a really sweet gift that you could give to someone that not only maybe they're income challenged, but maybe they physically cannot do a craft like this anymore, but they would appreciate the craft. They would enjoy the craft. They would get a thrill from it, especially if it was something that a young person made. I know as I get older myself, when a child or an adolescent, a young person does something for me, no matter what the item is, it just thrills me because it's handmade. You know, it's a gift of love. It's time and effort. It's not going to the store and just buying something off the shelf and saying, here you go, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of things that are that way, but just saying, I, for one, love the beauty of a handmade gift. Let's see. Are we still in frame pretty good? And yes, we are. Okay, just making sure. And I'm going to turn on one more light here and try to get a little bit more focus light. See if that helps any. I think it does a little bit. Okay, we are going to keep on rocking and rolling. And we are up to number 5. And feel free to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends. We are going to be doing some adult coloring later tonight, for sure. We may make a bead box or two. I don't know. I'm very tired. I did not sleep the best the last few nights. So, exactly how late I will be up doing things, I do not know. But, I enjoy making videos. I hope you enjoy watching them. And I'm really wanting to not only grow my channel, but I have an idea to branch the channel out into a updated version of kind of like a pen pal, but for adult crafters and people who share similar interests, to be able to become almost like secret sisters and exchange information with one another about their likes, their dislikes, their hobbies, their interests, a little bit of information about their family life, whether they have animals, don't have animals, you name it. And then take these women and literally have a name generator, number generator, do the work and mix people up, and then they can connect and start exchanging letters, snail mail. Technology's great, but what's better than going to the mailbox and not getting a bill, but getting a handwritten card or a letter or just a little tiny package with even a bookmark like this? Or, you know, I'm thinking of you. It's just something special about it. And so I really hope that you will stay on the journey with me and help me to grow, help me to branch out. If there's a craft activity you would like to see, if I already do it, I'll do it for you and with you, and we'll do a tutorial. If I don't do it, and it's anything that I have any remote interest in whatsoever, guess what? I'm up for learning, so we can learn it together. We can try new things. I'm always into crafting of every kind, but I love beading the very most, by all means. Making jewelry is my favorite. I do key rings and pins and all these other things, but I love the jewelry aspect. I love to diamond paint. I have learned that I like the smaller projects rather than the great big ones, just because of my time constraints as well as my space. I don't have the space to just leave large projects out and work on them as I can. And I also have animals. I have one puppy dog, but I also have a cat. Her name is Maleficent Rose. We call her Mally. But Mally likes to get into mommy's crafts. And you do not want her to get into your diamond paintings. For lots of reasons. Not just cat hair being one of them, but you also, cats are notorious for wanting to, this says number 6, but I don't see any 6s whatsoever. I only see, oh, there we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. Wow. Okay. Just a couple, literally. But, you know, I just don't have the place where I could leave the diamond painting, a large one, out and not worry about my cat getting into it. I just would hate that for many, many reasons. Nobody wants a project full of cat hair. I don't want drills all over my floor from Kitty thinking it's fun to play with them. So yeah, I've learned right now at this particular time, the smaller projects are my friend. Just because it is that much less chance of me not completing it in a single sitting. Like this, we are fixing to move on to our final color, which is the black. And also these are all single placement because it is the kit that came for the $1.50 at Dollar Tree. But when you have the other items and the bigger trays and the multi-spacers, things like that, multi-placers, excuse me, you know, you can place several drills at one time instead of just one at a time. So yeah, there's options. There's all kinds of options. So we are going to rock and roll, as they say, with this. And it has been 26 minutes already. So if you need to step away and just come back at the end and look at the finished project, I totally get it. Your time is valuable. But if you want to hang out and keep chit-chatting, let's do it. I've told you about my pets. What kind of pets do you have? Or do you have pets? Are you married? Are you single, widowed? Do you have children at home? Are you a grandparent? Are you one of the many grandparents that's raising their grandchildren? I am not amongst that group. I'm very involved and active in my grandchildren's lives, but I am incredibly blessed that my children and their spouses are hands-on, 110% parents. They go above and beyond for their children, and there's no concern whatsoever about their children having their needs met emotionally, physically, whatever way their needs are met. I am one of the blessed ones. There we go. Sorry guys, there was something that was on that particular drill and I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it, so I had to get it off. But yeah, obviously if my kids need help and say, you know, one of my children has surgery coming up the end of July, that particular family's going to need some extra help, then okay, we do that. That's how we roll. We are an incredibly tight-knit family, incredibly tight-knit, and that is in large part due to my grandmother's influence. She is the one who raised me after my mother passed when I was 9, and she instilled in me a love of family, and that family is forever. Family is first. Family is what is most important, besides God, obviously. But she was like a second parent to my daughters. So they got that from her also, that you cannot you cannot replace your family. You don't get to pick and choose who your family is. Lord knows some of us would probably choose a few things differently, or rearrange things or whatever. But God has his own plans, his own designs. He didn't ask our permission. He didn't ask our thoughts, because you know what? It's not up to us. But you treasure and you cherish your family. And family isn't always blood. A lot of times there are different dynamics and things that occur in life that your family has no blood ties to you whatsoever, but the love is still there. So by all means, I am not saying that family only can be through blood or through marriage or whatever. We have all kinds of people in our family. We've had foster children in our family. We've had guardianship roles in our families. We have the beautiful gift of open adoption, private adoption in our family. We have just, it's not just blood tie, in other words. I think that your heart is created to love, and it's created to love the Lord first and foremost and most of all, but then it's created because of that to love others. And that's just my belief. I'm not gonna sit on here and preach to you and all that, because that's not my job. My job is to enjoy my diamond painting and chit chat and get to make new friends, and we can be different and still be friends. Because I think even the most different people still have more alike than they do not alike. That's just my belief. I don't believe in hate for any reason. I believe my sin is just as bad as any other sin. So therefore, it's not my place to judge anybody for whatever. You live your life according to the way you and the good Lord decide. And if you're not a believer, that's also your decision. And I'm not going to chastise you for that. I will be here anytime, day or night, to tell you about my Jesus. And I'll be more than happy to share him with you. But if you don't know him and you don't have any desire to know him at this point in time in your life, that doesn't mean that I hate you. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean that we don't have more in common than we have against us. I, for one, find activities such as diamond painting, adult coloring, reading, beading. I love doing cups and shirts and bags, and I just find it very, very relaxing. I like to have something to do with my hands. I always have some kind of project, something I'm working on, or I've got plans going in my brain for what am I going to get into next. And again, that a lot has to do with my granny, but a lot of it has to do with a great aunt that we called Sister. She was actually my grandmother's next oldest sister, her sibling. My granny was one of 15 children. And she and this sister were the closest in age to one another. And they were very close, and both were big into arts and crafts. And so they always had some kind of project they were working on. There was always something in the mix. They were doing something. Their hands could not just sit and, they weren't thumb twiddlers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They had embroidery. They had knitting. They had crochet. They had needlepoint of one type or another. They had tatting. They had crewel. They had cross stitch. They had plastic canvas. They had sewing. Both were phenomenal seamstresses. Even making wedding gowns and things of the sort. There were, like I said, 15 children, but there were 4 sisters that grew to adulthood and lived relatively close to one another. And those 4 sisters were quite close, and they all were crafters. At one point, I thought maybe it was crafting simply because times were very hard and they had to craft to make their clothing or to make XYZ happen. But then as times got better economically for each of the families, I discovered as I was growing up that it wasn't about the financial aspect at that point. It was, they loved doing it. And when I was very young, I thought, they are so crazy. Why are they sitting there doing this? This looks so boring, so tedious, so monotonous, so blah, blah, whatever. And then as I started to get older and realized that they literally would make something from nothing and the beauty in it, I too fell in love with crafting. I am visually impaired. I have vision in one eye only. So I do things backwards sometimes from other people. Things take me longer than they do someone else possibly. But I get it done. And you know what? I have a blast doing it. Now we have completed this little project. It is exactly 38 minutes. Here is our finished little bookmark. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you remember nothing at all, remember that God loves you. I love you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.